A veteran sits across from you with a diagnosis, a real one, from a real doctor. They have records, they have evidence, they have been waiting for this moment, and they expect approval to be a formality. But here is what the VSO Playbook teaches from Chapter 9 forward. A diagnosis tells us what the condition is. It does not tell the VA why they should pay for it, and it is the WY that wins claims. Chapters 9 through 12 are entirely about building that why legally, evidentiarily, and ethically. Chapter 9. Every VA disability compensation claim requires three things, and if any single one of them is missing, the claim fails. Link 1, a current diagnosed disability. Link 2, an in-service event, injury, disease, or exposure, something that happened during military service. Link 3, a nexus, a medically supported connection between the current condition and what happened in service. Snap one link and everything falls apart. All three elements must be present, must be supported by evidence, and must be clearly communicated in the claim. A diagnosis without a service event, denied. A service event without a nexus, denied. All three present but connected by the wrong legal theory, still denied. And this brings us to the theory of service connection, the legal pathway that explains how the veteran's condition relates to their military service. The book is emphatic on this. Theory selection is not the veteran's choice, it is a legal determination. It is the VSO's job to make it correctly. Choosing the wrong path leads to the wrong development, the wrong exam, and ultimately denial. The playbook's most powerful insight in Chapter 9: most denials are not bad. VA decisions, they are poorly framed claims. Get the framing right from the very beginning and you prevent appeals that take years to resolve. Clarity at intake. Every single time. Chapter 10. The VA recognizes 5 legal paths to establishing service connection. Choosing the correct one is often the single difference between approval and denial. Let's walk each one. Path 1. Direct service connection. The condition began during service or was directly caused by something that happened there. This is the most foundational path, and it requires all three elements every time. No nexus means no service connection, even with ironclad service records. Path 2. Presumptive service connection. Certain conditions are automatically assumed connected to service if the veteran meets specific criteria. Agent Orange cancers for Vietnam-era veterans, burn pit exposures under the PACT Act, chronic diseases diagnosed within 1 year of separation. No nexus required, just qualifying service and the diagnosis. These are often the fastest approvals, and VSOs must know all the categories cold. Path 3. Secondary service connection. A disability caused or aggravated by an already service-connected condition. Depression secondary to chronic pain. Sleep apnea secondary to PTSD. But a critical warning from the playbook: filing a secondary claim can open the primary condition for review. If the C&P exam reveals improvement in the primary condition, the rating may decrease. Always evaluate this risk before advising a secondary filing. Path 4. Aggravation. A condition that existed before military service but was permanently worsened beyond what natural progression would have caused. The legal standard here is demanding. Temporary flare-ups during service do not meet it. The worsening must be permanent, measurable, and directly attributable to military service. Strong medical opinions are essential for these claims. Path 5. Section 1. 1151. Compensation for disability caused by VA medical negligence, error, improper treatment, or failure to diagnose. This is not traditional service connection, but it pays at the same monthly rate. These claims require strong medical evidence of VA fault and typically take longer to develop and process. The bottom line on Chapter 10: the theory is a legal determination, not a preference. It shapes every piece of development that follows. And choosing the wrong path doesn't just affect this claim, it affects the veteran's long-term record. Chapter 11. Veterans often believe that the key to winning a VA claim is sheer volume: more records, more printouts, more documentation, more pages. The VSO Playbook challenges this belief directly and completely. Claims are not won by quantity, They are won by relevance, credibility, and consistency. Evidence must answer 3 legal questions, and only 3. Did something happen in service? Does the veteran have a current disability? And is there a medical link between the two? Service records establish what happened in uniform. Medical evidence establishes the current condition and its severity. Lay statements fill in what records cannot capture: onset timelines, symptom continuity, daily functional limitations. Each category plays a specific role. None is sufficient alone. Before filing anything, the professional VSO performs a gap analysis. What evidence is already in the file? What is missing? Where can the missing evidence be obtained? And is it worth waiting for before submitting? Missing evidence is not failure, it is a strategy signal. It tells you what to get before filing, not what to file without. For private medical records, VA requires Forms 21-4142 and 21-4142A, but VA typically makes 2 attempts to retrieve them and may proceed without a response. Best practice: have the veteran obtain private records directly and submit them. It's faster, it preserves development control, and it ensures the most important records don't get lost in VA's retrieval backlog. The Playbook's evidence principle is simple. 5 minutes spent verifying the evidence package before filing can prevent years of unnecessary appeals. Do not bury the key facts in noise. Curate the file. Targeted evidence wins claims. Clutter delays them. Chapter 12. Lay evidence, the veteran's own statement, buddy statements, spouse statements, is one of the most misunderstood and most mishandled tools in VA claims work. When used properly, it fills gaps that medical records simply cannot address. When used improperly, it damages the veteran's credibility, often quietly and permanently. The boundary is clear and non-negotiable. A VSO may explain what types of information help the claim. They may review a statement for clarity. They may point out inconsistencies with the medical record and ask the veteran to address them. They may suggest the veteran add specific dates or concrete examples, but a VSO may not write the statement, may not insert facts the veteran didn't provide, may not add medical conclusions, may not script testimony. The voice must be authentically the veteran's own. Crossing these lines risks accreditation consequences, and it damages the claim. Guide veterans to write statements that are clear, chronological, and anchored in specific facts: what happened in service, when symptoms began, how they progressed, and current functional limitations, not "my back hurts," but "I cannot stand longer than 20 minutes without severe pain and I have missed work 12 times this year." Specificity carries weight. Vague emotional arguments do not, and the Playbook's most critical warning in Chapter 12. When lay evidence contradicts medical records, VA almost always sides with the medical documentation. Do not ignore contradictions, address them before filing. Credibility, once damaged, is extremely difficult to repair, and a single inconsistency can undermine an otherwise strong claim. Chapters 9 through 12 come down to 4 disciplines. Choose the correct theory of service connection. It determines everything. Build targeted, relevant evidence because clutter buries credibility. Keep lay statements authentic and ethically clean, and address any inconsistencies between statements and medical records before they become reasons for denial. Why wins claims? Build the WHI with discipline. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss future update. Volume 1 of the VSO Playbook is now available on Amazon. Get your copy today.